I believe silver is setting up for one of the biggest price moves in modern market history, and I'm going to tell you how high I think it can possibly get in this next major cycle with timelines. None of this is financial advice, but I'm just sharing with you what I'm seeing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 independent silver price targets, all coming from completely different methods, yet all pointing toward the same explosive upside potential. First, let's just set a framework. Note that I'm viewing this on the logarithmic scale. When drawing lines for technical analysis, you want to try and intersect as many major points as possible to help justify any type of trend lines. You'll see that I'm drawing lines that connect the tips of all those peaks to create that line. I copy and paste it to establish a channel, and you'll see that the parallel lines up nicely with the support over here. It can potentially line up multiple ways, so it just depends on how you want to look at it. I always look for a center line as well, as that helps me establish a major support or resistance line. I see that the center line isn't really in the center, but it lines up nicely with some major peaks. So I'm going to bring down the top line slightly to make the center line actually center. This helps to give a little bit more of a conservative target as well. I'm going to extend some of these lines here to create a nice channel. Next, I want to zoom out to the monthly chart and show you another channel that lines up quite nicely as well. I copy and paste a parallel to line up at the bottom, and then copy and paste another parallel for the center. Doesn't that make it easier to see potential trends? Now I'm going to start predicting some of the price action here. For our first target, do you see the cup shape that we're in now compared to the cup in the 70s? I'm just going to draw some breakout lines for the cup, and then simply measure the distance and slope from the 70s and apply that to the current breakout line that we're in now. Is it just a coincidence that this first target lines up exactly with the red trend line? That's our first target, $335 by October 2026. That's this year. For our target number 2, next I'm going to take the giant cup shape that I'm sure you've seen before and take the height of that cup and apply the same distance and slope to the same breakout line. So our second target is $626 by June 2035. That's actually my conservative target, as you're about to see. But even with it being conservative, it's still about an 800% gain over 9 years. For the third target, I'm going to be brave and say that it's possible to hit the top of the blue trend lines because the first target looks quite short compared to the overall width of the cups. Everything in life is done in proportions. So get this, if I just double the length of the first target, it takes me right up to the top of the blue channel, almost exactly. This target is very bullish, but it does make the proportion of the run look more proportionate to the width of the giant cup and handle. This is roughly $2,200 by December 2027. Crazy, right? But is it really? Doesn't that shape look possible? For target number 4, put on your hard hats, folks, because we're going to the moon. This is an extremely bullish take on this, but look at the trend lines that support this. They are extremely strong. Taking the major peaks of the 1970s and 80s, let's turn this black and extend that line up. Copy it and find a parallel that can possibly make sense. This is more of a fun guess, but see how Bitcoin rose to above $125,000 So would it be that unlikely that something as useful as silver can reach $13,000 before making a huge correction? Remember, silver is the most conductive metal when it comes to both electricity and heat. Now I take a look at this triangle over here to see the zone that I believe the silver price will trade over the next 10 years. Let's put some markers here where the different price targets are. And based on what you personally believe to be happening in the world, you can decide where you would want to sell. Just to let you know, I've been buying silver quite recently around March of 2023, when it was in the low $20 per ounce, and it's been a struggle to not want to sell it on the way up. But as I'm uncovering where I believe silver can truly go, it gives me the guts to stay in the game, and so far, I'm really happy that I've held on. Now that's not to say that I'm never going to sell any, but I believe in the bullish trend for as long as the fundamental situation still favors the upside, which I've explained in my previous videos, and I think that I'll always hold a position in physical precious metals regardless of the price, because that just makes sense to me, especially in the current geopolitical environment. If you haven't seen my other videos about gold and silver, you need to watch them because I'm sharing my research with you. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button, it really helps the channel. Subscribe if you want more deep dive silver and macro market analysis, and let me know in the comments, which of these 4 targets do you think plays out first? I'll see you in the next video.